I never thought one quiet night could change how I saw my family or myself. Growing up in a blended home wasn't always easy. After my dad remarried, I tried to be polite with my stepmother, but deep down, I kept a wall up. Her name was Karen, and she was the kind of woman people naturally liked: elegant, social, and full of energy. I was 17 at the time, close enough to adulthood to think I had things figured out, but young enough to still carry confusion and silent resentment. My dad worked long shifts as a firefighter and was often gone at night. So, the house was quiet, predictable. I spent most nights holed up in my room, playing guitar or half-studying. That evening was different. It was the start of spring break, and I had no plans. My friends were either out of town or busy with their own families. I was scrolling through my phone when I heard laughter from downstairs. I assumed Karen was on the phone until I heard multiple voices. Curious, I peeked out of my room and caught the sound of someone saying, "This wine is amazing, Karen." I walked toward the staircase and noticed lights glowing softly from the living room. When I reached the bottom step, I saw them, Karen and three of her friends sitting around the coffee table. Bottles of wine, cheese plates, some snacks, and the faint sound of classic 90s music playing from her Bluetooth speaker. Before I could sneak back upstairs, Karen spotted me and smiled warmly. "Hey, Ryan, come join us for a bit." I hesitated. I wasn't used to being invited to adult conversations, let alone a gathering like this. "Oh, I'm good," I said, half turning. But her friend, a woman with curly red hair and sparkly earrings, waved at me. "Come on, Ryan. We need a guy's opinion on something." Karen chimed in. "Yes, just 5 minutes. You don't have to drink anything. Just hang out." I felt awkward but also oddly included. So, I shuffled over and sat on the edge of the couch. They introduced themselves. The red-haired woman was Laura, the one with a soft laugh and warm eyes was Denise, and the third was Angie, a sharp-tongued but funny woman who worked as a therapist. I expected to feel out of place, but something about their energy was comforting. They didn't treat me like a kid. Instead, they asked me about school, what music I was into, and even offered me some snacks. Laura leaned over and said, "You know, I have a nephew about your age. He just broke up with his girlfriend and thinks the world is ending." I laughed. "That sounds about right. Everything feels like the end of the world at 17. Denise nodded. "Isn't it wild how intense life feels at your age? Like everything matters so much." I didn't realize it then, but their stories slowly started changing the way I saw adults. They weren't just serious people with jobs and responsibilities. They had heartbreaks, memories, regrets, and dreams. They spoke about their 20s like it was yesterday, with such emotion and clarity. Karen looked at me after a while and said something I'll never forget. "You know, Ryan, I know it hasn't always been easy between us. I came into your life when you didn't ask for me. I've tried to respect your space, but I also want you to know I've always cared about you like my own." I was caught off guard. I didn't know what to say. There was a long silence until Denise said gently, "Blended families are tough. I was a stepmom too, and my stepson hated me for the first 5 years. Then one night we just talked. Everything shifted." Karen nodded, her eyes getting glassy. "I know I'll never replace your mom. That's not what I want. But I'm here for you, when you need someone, when you need silence, even when you need distance." That hit me harder than I expected. I'd never heard her speak with that kind of vulnerability before. I always assumed she saw me as a burden, someone she had to tolerate to be with my dad. But sitting there, hearing her truth, made something crack inside me. The conversation drifted to other topics: dating, fear of failure, big career changes, but I stayed. For 3 hours. They asked me what I wanted to do after high school, and for the first time, I admitted I wasn't sure. "I don't think college is for me," I said, almost bracing for judgment. But Angie surprised me. "Then don't go. At least, not right away. Take a year. Try different jobs. See where your passion lies." Laura added, "There's no one path to success. Sometimes the path finds you after you take a few wrong turns." By the end of the night, something had shifted. Karen wasn't just my dad's wife anymore. She was a person with insecurities, empathy, and a desire to connect. I saw her differently. When I finally got up to leave, she walked me to the stairs. "Thanks for joining us tonight," she said softly. "I hope we can have more nights like this." I smiled, really smiled, for the first time in a long while. "Me too," I said. That night opened something between us that had long been closed. In the days that followed, I found myself talking to her more. We started cooking dinner together. She even came to one of my open mic nights where I played guitar. She sat in the front row, cheering louder than anyone. Slowly, she became someone I trusted. Someone I went to for advice when my dad wasn't around. She didn't try to replace my mom. She just carved her own space in my world, gently, respectfully, and with patience. Looking back, it's wild how one night of unexpected honesty changed everything. It wasn't dramatic or loud. It was subtle, soft, human. That night with my stepmother and her friends didn't just change how I saw her. It changed how I saw myself and how I understood the people around me. We're all carrying things. We're all trying to connect. Sometimes it just takes a little wine, some good music, and the courage to speak the truth.